I'm Robert Firpo-Cappiello, Editor-in-Chief at Hospitality Technology, and I'm so pleased to be joined by Rob Tedesco from Bounteous. Rob, welcome to the conversation. I want to give you a minute to introduce yourself to our Hospitality Technology, MURTEC, and Restaurant Technology Network uh, um, audiences. Tell us who you are and what you do.
Thank you very much for having me, Robert. Yeah, I've spent the better part of the last 10 years working in restaurant technology. So, spent many years at Subway, which, is slash was headquartered here in Connecticut, where I live, on their digital team there. And have spent the past 5 or so years with Bounteous, who do a lot of different work within the restaurant technology space, specifically around digital transformation. So, I've worked with dozens and dozens of restaurant brands at this point. It's part of who I am, and I feel very fortunate to work in the industry. It's definitely a passion thing for me.
Yeah, very cool. We have a lot in common there. And I'll be seeing you soon at MURTEC Executive Summit, which is our gathering of director level and above restaurant executives and technology solutions. And I know what I'm looking forward to. I've been to a few of them now and I really enjoy it. But I wanted to kick off our conversation just by saying, what are you looking
Yeah.
forward to about MURTEC Executive Summit?
I mean, it's always great just to trade notes with other, executives within the industry and, take a minute to reflect on all the trends that we read about, that we see in our day-to-day lives, interesting articles and notes that we've caught maybe on LinkedIn or published by HT, right? So just that perspective sharing. And then I think obviously AI is on everyone's mind. So just hearing moving from the theory into the practical application of like how our brands using the technology. I know we have some anecdotes of how we've been using it with our clients. I personally feel like digital order accuracy is a passion space and a frontier that I think we're barely scratching the surface of. It's obviously very important to guests. If you read some of the survey data that you had sent out in advance, it's on the forefront of everyone's mind of reasons, why they would or would not place a digital order with a restaurant brand. And I just think between Internet of Things and AI, there's so much fertile ground out there for just improving order accuracy, and doing a better job of giving the people the food they want when they want it.
Mhm.
So I don't know. That's a space where I think, just personally there's just so much rich conversation that can be had, just as one anecdote, and there's probably another nine behind that one.
Mhm. Yeah, well said. Expectations are now super high for guests, and
Right.
that's what our latest guest engagement survey suggests. We also conducted our first ever AI survey of restaurant operators, and I'll be sharing some of that data at the
Great.
conference as well. Um, when I'd love the networking, which you alluded to, sort of like, just meeting folks, connecting. Um, I'm curious how you present when you meet a restaurant operator at an event like MURTEC Executive Summit. What do you most want them to know about Bounteous in those few minutes you have to connect?
For sure, many of them will have some awareness of Bounteous already, but for those that don't, we're a multifaceted growth partner, right? We help restaurant brands with their digital transformation, and that can span a variety of different ways in which we engage and partner with brands. We're a little bit digital strategist and consultancy, right? And help decide like what we do, what's important, build a business case for certain types of transformational change, right? Make sure we have the overall business priorities or the digital transformation agenda priorities set. We're also a little bit creative shop and application builder, right? So we do a lot of work with mobile apps, voice ordering applications, kiosks, websites, for ordering and for loyalty. So from the design to the development, we walk a lot of that work out. And then we're also a little bit just systems integrator and technical connector, right? A lot of times in these digital transformations, it's not just about the screens that customers see, but it's about how those screens and data flows deeper into the restaurant brand's tech stack, and to make sure that we're harnessing that data, we understand it, it's clean, and can increasingly leverage AI to build insights and drive repeat visitation and check and all the things that are the true promise of digital transformations for these brands. So it's really end to end from strategy into the deeper technical work.
Yeah, so a true partnership wherever a restaurant happens to be on that digital transformation spectrum. I like that.
Absolutely. Well said.
Now you're going to be joining me on stage specifically to talk about some of our recent research. HT fields a guest engagement study, and as I mentioned, we've fielded our first AI adoption study. And just to sort of close the loop on our conversation, if you will,
Yeah.
what draws you as a representative from Bounteous to that topic of customer data and AI adoption data for for the purposes of the conference?
Yeah, I mean it's central to the digital transformation imperative, right? I mean it's at the core of why we do these things. I think about the relationship I have with a smaller individually owned casual dining establishment maybe near my house, and I think about the relationship I have with that owner and how that owner can recognize me and my wife and can put aside a nice table for us when he sees our name come through for a reservation, and the type of hospitality that we get when we're known, right, to a restaurant brand. And I think about how hard it is for for multi-unit chain restaurants brands who really know their customers and to engage with them in a truly hospitable way that you would expect in a one-to-one relationship with a human being. And I think technology really gives us the path to do that even better than humans could, right? And that is the central holy grail to me of the digital transformation. It's not just about, oh, we can accept orders online now. It's more, okay, now that we have this person's email address, this person's phone number, and start to build an order history around that person and start to understand what they come, what when they come, what they order, why they order it, and just understand their patterns and trends. We can give them that hospitality in an enriched sense, right? We can put options in front of them that are compelling and save them time and save them money and make them feel like they're known. And I think that that hospitality can be done in a way that isn't cold and digital, but is really warm, and makes people feel just like they would feel if they had that relationship with the proprietor of a small business. And so that's the promise for me. And that's why I get excited about what I do, because I think we have the opportunity to do that with dozens of brands every day. And I also just love to eat. So there, I think that's a part of it for all of us. I think is just we're in the hospitality industry because as we're also customers of hospitality, and we know what we want. We know what feels good. We know what being treated well feels like, and we want to pay that forward, to everyone else. And so I think customer data represents the clearest path to making that possible.
I love it, bringing it back to people serving people, regardless of what platform it is. And some of our new data reinforces, not surprisingly, we sort of went back to basics. What is most important to a guest when they're selecting a restaurant? And no surprise at all, number one was quality of food. They're not coming necessarily for the technology, but in all those ways, technology invisibly and behind the scenes can enhance that
That's right.
experience.
Yeah, it's not the destination, but it is the superhighway, right? So it's a great field to work in, and it's a great place to just let this passion for the restaurant space that we share
Yeah.
come out. So I'm looking forward to the panel, Robert. It's going to be a great discussion.
Yeah, me too, very much so. Rob Tedesco from Bounteous, great to connect with you. I'm glad it was MURTEC Executive Summit that brought us together, and I'm looking forward to further conversations.
I agree. Thanks for the time, Robert. Appreciate it.